Good evening. Welcome to Rupavahini News live on Channel I.
A very good evening to you. I'm Sharifa Tahir.
And I'm Dishant Baz. Maldivian President Abdullah Yameen Abdul Gayoom said that his country will also get benefits from peace and prosperity gained by Sri Lanka. He paid his gratitude to the island nation for maintaining friendship with the Maldives. During bilateral talks with President Mahinda Rajapaksa today, Maldivian President has pledged to continue his country's support to Sri Lanka. Official ceremony to welcome the Maldivian President, who is on a state visit to Sri Lanka, was held at the Presidential Secretariat in Colombo today. A guard of honor and a gun salute were conducted by the Sri Lanka Army in honor of the visiting Maldivian President. Thereafter, the two heads of states held bilateral talks of mutual interest in several fields. At the inception, President Mahinda Rajapaksa noted that he was highly impressed on the victory gained by President Abdullah Yameen at the presidential election held in last year and the peaceful political transformation in the country. He extended his gratitude to Maldives for its support provided to Sri Lanka in international forums. He pointed out that this meeting will further strengthen friendship between the two countries. The Maldivian President expressed his happiness on freedom enjoyed by Sri Lankans. The two leaders held a lengthy discussion on fisheries industry as well. Sri Lanka has made a request from the Maldivian side to grant permission for Sri Lankan fishermen to enter the Arabian Sea from the Maldivian territorial waters. These fishermen will not engage fishing in the Maldivian Sea, but they will sail via Maldivian territorial waters and beyond it in accordance with international maritime laws. Sri Lanka has also made a request from Maldives to consider purchasing of boats produced in the island. Three agreements relating to sports, vocational training and youth development and law were signed following the bilateral discussions. Thereafter, the Maldivian President has placed his signature at the autograph kept at the Presidential Secretariat for foreign heads of state. Ministers H.M. Fauzi, Professor G.L. Pires, Basit Rajapaksa, Maithripala Sirisena, Dallas Alhapperuma, Rishad Baduddin, Rajitha Senaratne, Babdul Gunawardana, Mahindananda Aludgamage, members of the Maldivian government, Sri Lankan High Commissioner in the Maldives, Sarat Chandra Dala, and the Chief of the President's Staff, Gambini Senarat, were also present.
And continuing on the same note, Sri Lanka and Maldives inked several agreements relating to economy and security. The aim is to further improve bilateral relations between the two countries. This was revealed at a media conference attended by Maldivian President Abdullah Yameen Abdul Gayoom and his delegation in Colombo today. The Maldivian President briefed journalists on the outcome of initiatives which they have already launched.
As well as the MOUs that were mentioned.
Actually, I've had a very successful, very fruitful trip to Sri Lanka. Had extensively good discussion with the President and also with his Council of Ministers. The areas we have covered are areas of mutual interest to Sri Lanka as well as Maldives. And more particularly, some of the areas we have taken are areas that are more relevant to the diaspora Maldivian population living here. In terms of facilitating education, health, visa, and these issues. Subsequently, we are going to send delegations to follow up on these matters. The agreements we have signed include combating transnational crime, vocational training, areas of sports, because we have lots of similar agreements with Colombo. And these new areas are new memorandum of understandings we signed this time. So actually, probably needless to say that the kinship we have between the Sri Lankan people and Maldivian people, that is very strong, and probably the relationship we have with Colombo is at all-time high. So we had a particularly good interaction this morning and during the course of yesterday during my trip.
The Maldivian president outlined the current situation in the Maldives.
Since assumption of office, I think the Maldivian population at large believes that the economic transformation and improving the well-being of the people should be the focused agenda of nation building, and therefore political polarization clearly does not help this situation. And from my government's point of view, I'm not going to go after opposition political leaders as we have seen in the past. So even the opposition political leaders are fairly content now. I advocate healing, and it is time that the nation gets some time to heal. We are focused, we are bent on improving the livelihoods of people, particularly empowering youth in economics and job opportunities. And therefore I think the population at large believes that this government is committed to improving the well-being of the Maldivian people.
Continuing with more stories here at home, the Department of Census and Statistics says that reports of certain opposition groups and media relating to the country's economic growth and the reduction of cost of living were baseless. Addressing a media conference in Colombo today, Director General of Department DCA Gunawardena said that the relevant data and statistics are being prepared by using scientific methods. Director General of Department of Census and Statistics DCA Gunawardena said that MP Anura Kumara Disanaika had presented an edited document in Parliament on the 20th last month during the final reading of the budget debate. This document was an edited version of the statement made by the acting director of the department in a disciplinary inquiry. JVP MP Anura Kumara Disanaika said that the government was claiming that the economic growth was at a high level and the unemployment was reduced. They were presenting the better side of the economy. However, people were in suspicion about this data. Director General of Department of Census and Statistics DCA Gunawardena said that no one has challenged the data of the department during his 35-year service. The department is a technical department providing some service. The cost of living percentage shows the increase in the price level of goods and services.
A committee representing India and Sri Lanka has been appointed to solve problems of fishermen of the both countries. This was the first time that such an initiative had been taken at the ministerial level. The Sri Lanka delegation will leave for India on the 27th of this month to discuss this problem with Indian counterparts. Fishermen poaching in the Sri Lankan territorial waters will be taken into custody even during the period of discussions. Addressing a media conference at the Government Information Department in Colombo today, Minister Rajitha Senaratne said that it will not be an obstacle for discussions.
The Tamil Nadu, the Chief Minister is talking about traditional waters, that they have a right to fish in the traditional waters. But what we say is, we only accept the scientific basis on the boundary lines. So therefore, to accept the boundary lines marked by the under the 1982 UN Convention on the International Law of the Sea. So if we are bound by that, then the main problem is sorted out.
The Indian government has informed the Madras High Court that not a single Tamil Nadu fisherman was killed by Sri Lanka Navy. This submission was made on behalf of the Indian government when a petition filed by a Tamil Nadu civilian urging the judiciary not to provide naval vessels to Sri Lanka was taken up for hearing. The Indian government's statement was presented to the Madras High Court considering all incidents that took place in the Indo-Sri Lanka seabelt since 2011 up to now. The Indian government informed the court that the statement cited in the petition claiming that the Sri Lankan Navy were involved in the killing of Tamil Nadu fishermen in Indian territorial waters was baseless. This statement highlighted that the international sea border is constantly observed by the Indian Navy. The Indian government has made this submission on behalf of the country's foreign and defence ministries. It further noted that India has stepped into providing patrol boats to Sri Lanka but not warships. The Indian government has appealed to judiciary to reject the petition considering its falsehood.
The police informed three-wheeler drivers and motorcyclists to follow the road traffic regulations to the letter. The police reiterated that stern action, legal action rather, will be taken against those who violate traffic laws. The failure to follow traffic laws has resulted in heavy road traffic congestion and increase in accidents. The police said that the three-wheeler drivers and motorcyclists were seen violating traffic laws, mainly in junctions where a policeman was in duty or with traffic signals. The reason for the increase in road traffic accidents and heavy traffic congestion was due to overtaking of vehicles as well as the crossing of the white line. Another reason for such incidents was the overtaking of vehicles after signal lights were on and the moving of vehicles in clusters violating stipulated road limits. Such scenes were evident even in railway crossings. Police media spokesperson Senior SP Ajit Rohana has informed three-wheeler drivers and motorcyclists to be cautious. He further added that especially heavy vehicles such as buses, lorries should use the left-hand lane on the road. Such vehicles should not take the middle lane except overtaking of the other vehicles. This law will be implemented with effect from tomorrow, especially in Colombo and other areas. The police appealed to the motorcyclists to switch on their front lamps during the daytime when they ride motorcycles on roads in the Western Province. This method is used as a strategy to minimize road traffic accidents in certain countries. The United Arab Emirates has pledged to increase the investments in Sri Lanka. This assurance was given by the UAE Vice President and Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum when he met President Mahinda Rajapaksa yesterday. In a recorded discussion with President Mahinda Rajapaksa, UAE Vice President Sheikh Mohammed has confirmed his country's support to Sri Lanka. He noted that he has a better understanding on the present situation and the reality in Sri Lanka. He lauded the official leadership of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. A conducive environment for investment has been created due to restoring of peace in the island. Vice President Sheikh Mohammed has accepted the invitation extended by President Mahinda Rajapaksa to make a visit to Sri Lanka. He presented a poetry book written by him to President Mahinda Rajapaksa after the meeting. President Mahinda Rajapaksa attended the Side Future Energy Prize Award ceremony 2014 at the Emirates Palace Hotel in Abu Dhabi. Side Future Energy Award is presented to encourage and identify renewable sustainable energy sources. The award has been named under the founder of the United Arab Emirates, Sheikh Said bin Sultan Al Nahyan. The value of the award is in the region of $4 million USD. President Mahinda Rajapaksa also met the Iceland President Olafur Ragnar Grimsson at the Emirates Palace. He said that Sri Lanka has achieved a considerable progress after the end of the conflict. The Icelandic President has proposed to launch the joint ventures with Sri Lanka on the commercial basis in the fields of fisheries and fruit cultivation. President Mahinda Rajapaksa said that his government has been able to overcome challenges despite obstacles through external interference. Minister Professor G.R. Pires, Foreign Ministry Supervisory MP Sajid Diwaz Gunawardena and officials also attended the discussions. The policy of the present government is to promote relations with all states. Accordingly, President Mahinda Rajapaksa has visited countries like Jordan, Palestine and Israel recently. Sri Lanka has gained several benefits as a result of these visits.
The chief priest of Bambalapitiya Vajiraramaya Rajakiya Pandita, the most venerable Trikunnamale Anandathera, has been appointed as the new Mahanayaka of Amarapura Sri Dhamma Rakshita Nikaya. This post fell vacant due to the demise of Agamaha Pandita, the most venerable Valigama Sri Jnanaratna Thera. The Venerable Trikunnamale Anandathera has been appointed to the post of new Mahanayaka on a unanimous decision of the Karaka Sabha of Amarapura Sri Dhamma Rakshita Nikaya today. He was holding the post of Anunayaka of the Nikaya up to now. President Mahinda Rajapaksa has extended his felicitations to the new Mahanayaka Thera.
Ceramics China 2014 exhibition is to be held in China next month. A mini conference to create awareness on this exhibition was held in Colombo yesterday. The media conference was convened to create awareness on Ceramics China 2014 exhibition among ceramic importers, producers and journalists. It was organized by the Center for Technical Excellence in Ceramics. This exhibition is to be organized for the 26th time in succession. It is the largest international exhibition in China to display ceramic items. Commercial Council of Chinese Embassy Wang Yingke and the President of the Center for Technical Excellence in Ceramics Sri Lanka, Mahendra Jayasekara, and Vice President Sujiva Samravira were also present.
Police media spokesman Senior SP Ajit Rohana says that the mass grave site found in Tirukithveshwaram in Mannar was an area controlled by the LTTE for over 15 years after final stage of war. He made this disclosure at a media conference today. This mass grave was found a month ago during excavation for water pipeline project. Excavations were carried out for the 11th time today in the presence of District Magistrate Anandi Kanakaratnam. Anuradhapura Medical Health Officer D.L. Vaidyaratna was present. Police media spokesman Senior SP Ajit Rohana said that police are conducting further investigations into findings at the mass grave. Excavations are being carried out on court orders. He disclosed that skeletons of 39 human bodies have already been found at the mass grave. Investigations into this matter were taken over by the Criminal Investigation Department from the Mannar Police with effect from yesterday. He added that the site where they have found skeletons was under the control of LTTE for a long period. He added that there was no army camp or police post in the area. He pointed out that the Tiger organization had controlled the area for over 15 years till the final stage of the war. Deputy Speaker Chandamavira Kadi revealed that the decision on the live telecasting of parliamentary sessions will be taken after a discussion between party leaders and Speaker Chamal Rajapaksa. He told Parliament today that a live telecast on the previous budget debate was done at experimental level. UNP MP Ravi Karunanayake has raised a question in Parliament as to who was responsible in suspending the telecast. Deputy Speaker Chandamavira Kadi said that a live telecast was carried out on experimental basis on a request made by Speaker Chamal Rajapaksa. The live telecast was introduced during the previous budget debate period. Views and suggestions from various parties have been received on this telecast. A decision will be taken by the Speaker considering all these factors, he said.
Eminent Chartered Accountant Arjuna Herath was inducted. I beg your pardon. Eminent Chartered Accountant Arjuna Herath was inducted as the 22nd President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. The induction ceremony was held in Colombo in the presence of top accounting personalities worldwide, members of the Institute and the business leaders. Mr. Herath was ceremonially inducted at the ceremony held under the patronage of Central Bank Governor Ajit Reward Cabral and President of the International Federation of Accountants Warren Allen. Mr. Herath is a fellow member of the Chartered Accountants Sri Lanka with over 20 years of experience in industry, and he presently serves as the partner of the Ernst & Young. He is also serving in several regulatory bodies including Securities and Exchange Commission and the Sri Lanka Accounting and Auditing Standards Monitoring Board. He is the Vice President of SAFA, which is an apex body of SAC. He is an old royalist.
Sri Lanka is on a new journey. The last several years have been exciting for us, and we have been able to steer into a new era in our history. We have been able to have unprecedented growth on a sustainable basis, as well as been able to maintain our macro fundamentals on a sustainable basis. In that mold, there is plenty to take place. I think the accountancy profession will have a key role in shaping the economy for the future.
Meanwhile, Minister Vimal Veeravansa said that the time has come to defeat Tiger ideologists similar to winning the Elam War. He added that a powerful people's force should be built in the country to face Western powers fearlessly. The minister was speaking at the Colombo District Convention of the National Freedom Front at the Campbell Park in Baralla. Several resolutions, including the creating of a country conducive for all communities to lead peaceful and prosperous lives, and the building of a great people's wall against the foreign powers, were passed at the convention. Addressing the gathering, Minister Vimal Veeravansa said that the strengthening of everyone is to overcome the foreign powers against the country. Local and foreign powers have been activated to disrupt the freedom gained by the country. LTT diaspora and Western powers sympathizing with the LTTE were trying to hatch conspiracies for the upcoming UN Human Rights Conference in Geneva to be held next month.
The National Ceremony 2014 providing fresh liquid milk for school children was held at Mahasen Mahavidyalaya today. Fresh liquid milk will be given for students in 1,000 selected difficult schools in remote areas in the island. Students of grade 1 to grade 5 have been selected for school children's liquid milk program. A sum of 600 million rupees has been allocated for this purpose. The aim of this initiative is to build a healthy child generation, minimizing malnutrition. The ceremony was held under the patronage of Education Services Minister Duminda Disanaika. Free midday meal program for students also began yesterday.
With the latest on the world of sports.
Thank you, Vas. Here's the latest from the world of sports. Sri Lanka Cricket says that it has satisfied with the security arrangements for Sri Lankan cricketers in the upcoming Bangladesh cricket series. The Sri Lankan team will leave for Bangladesh on Friday the 24th. Cricket is the second popular game in Bangladesh with a population of 150 million. Soccer is the most popular game of that country. Sri Lanka will play 2 test matches, 2 T20 matches and 3 one-day internationals against Bangladesh. The first test will begin on Monday the 27th. Matches will be played in Dhaka and Chittagong stadiums.
And that's all the stories we have at the moment. Do join us once again tomorrow at the same time to take a look at the videos on the world of news. Till then, have a wonderful time.
Good night.